Hello, guys. This is Fedotoff, and today we have an amazing guest. So this is one of our clients, Vlad. So Vlad is e-commerce entrepreneur. Last year, he generated 3.8.
Yeah, but a bit more, 3.8, 3.85.
Yeah, so he's numbers guy. He's an amazing client, and I see how analytical he is. He has very specific approach to Facebook, and today I just want to learn from him, kind of like reverse engineer what made him successful in the first place was e-commerce, and the things that anyone can learn to improve their business, improve their numbers. So, man, I'm very excited to have you here.
Yeah, thanks, Alex. Excited to be here as well.
Cool. Vlad likes to be behind the scenes, like numbers and stuff, but I ask him very hard to just get on with me and just have a conversation, because I think a lot of people will benefit from, how he thinks, the approach he takes to business. And looking forward to dive right in.
Yeah, sure.
Cool, man. So how long you been in e-commerce at this point?
About 4 years now. And maybe 2016 to 2017, I would say.
So you started like with dropshipping model like right away?
Actually, we started selling t-shirts. And exactly. We made like
Teespring or some like.
Yeah, we made like designs on t-shirts, and then we had access to other products, and like print on demand started at that point, and we were lucky to have access to other products, and then we took advantage of it, and then there was one specific product that worked like super well for our niche, and we did like super good with it, and then we built it from there pretty much.
Cool. Awesome. So in terms of the have you done well with that particular model with Teespring?
Actually, I didn't ever sell on Teespring, but I started. My brother did, and then he introduced me to e-com, and then we started our first store together. We're selling t-shirts at first, pretty much.
Oh, I see. So have you done like very well with that model?
Yeah, but it was like kind of the end of the t-shirt game, I think, when I started. So we needed to find other products that people would like say, oh, this is great. And for example, first product we had that was selling was like pillow covers or something like this. So we were like doing like 3 set of 3 pillow covers for like $20 or something like this. And yeah, it was interesting for me to like learn this new stuff, because I think like 4 years ago, I wouldn't be able to send an email properly, so I learned.
What was your background before then? What did you do?
I've been a pro poker player for 7 years straight, and I started playing started playing with friends, and actually I couldn't like. My dad always told me never to gamble, so I never was like attracted to gambling. And then my friend told me like, hey, I'll pay for you $10 game, home game with friends. And I said, okay. And then I won. And then pretty much we started from there. And yeah, I had like, I played like, I grew up the stakes from like playing tables at $100 to $200, $500, then like $1,000, and pretty much like I was like my routine was like playing 16 tables at the same time for 4 years straight.
Is that like online or like real tables? Like
I started playing live poker, but the last 5 years were online, almost only online.
Wow.
So if people know a bit about like Supernova Elite, I'm a former 4 times Supernova Elite on PokerStars.
Wow, man, this is impressive. Like, do you still play these days?
Yeah, but I don't have much time to play now. But I still play like in like Christmas holidays. I played like a bit just for fun. I still can beat the game.
Wow. And so I know it's like there's like you're reading emotions in poker. Like it's like it's like you hide your face or something, right?
But online, you don't need to hide your face, you know.
But how do you win then? Like how do you count the cards? Like how do you
It's pretty there. It's logic more than counting, I think, and it's
logic?
basic maths. It's just, I think, a game of logic and a game of knowing your opponents and trying to beat them. It's pretty competitive. I would say I always been like competitive, and I like to compete. Like in when I was, I don't think 12 years old, I was playing soccer. I wanted to be the best. Then I was into skiing. I wanted to be the best at skiing, and then I got into poker, and I was never the best at poker, but I was still quite good, I guess, at it. And then we like I knew I didn't want to do this for all my life, and I got introduced to ecom by my brother, who's my partner as well now, and he's like, we're super close. He's like my best friend, and we've been. And the fun thing about ecom was like, with poker, you win, you lose, you win, you lose. But with ecom, you win. The bad days are not losing days. They're you just win a bit less. You know what I mean? So this was pretty interesting. When I got into ecom, I said, oh, you can pretty much win every day. Like the first year out of 365 years, I think we had like 10 losing days or something like this, and we lost like small amounts of money. So I was, I like this kind of stuff better than like losing 6-figure in a month or something with poker sometimes.
That's how you like. Sometimes you just have like a bad streak, like, and you would just lose a lot.
It happened. It's really part of the game. You can't always win. So when I got introduced to ecom, I told myself, yeah, like, first of all, we're building something, and we're not like exchanging money against time. And then we can like, and I thought about like there's no limit. I think there's really no limit with ecom, like if you compare it to poker. And then there's just try new stuff. I always like to try new stuff. And after 8 years, I think I got a bit bored of playing poker pretty much with same people. Then ecom was sounded like a good idea for good new plan or good new project for me.
Can you challenge, right?
Yeah, exactly. I like new challenges, I think.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And so you started with that particular model. Right now, your model is very interesting. It's pretty much like POD, right? But like from China, right? Like, would that be correct?
Yeah, we can say it's like POD, but it's not. We're not dealing with POD app. We're dealing with directly with factories in China. So we have like people.
Yeah, those like POD apps, like Printful and other apps, right? Those are great apps, but like, I mean, your margin is like this, right? Like, because those companies must make money, right? Like to sell you the product, then it's pretty much like the margins are lower there, I guess.
Yeah, I think I never tried them before. This is what we started with like POD app, and then we like moved to a different kind of model where we can like have our own branding and pretty much like build better products and have better margins and build so we can like have our own brand pretty much.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And so what is the process? How does it work? So customer places an order, they choose, like, you have pre-done designs, right? And then
we go ahead.
And so you create the designs in the first place and test them out, right?
Exactly.
And then like customer buys the designs, and then those kind of like the products are created like one by one in China and sent directly to customer.
Yeah, that's it. So that's pretty much the big picture, I would say, And we have a team in house building like a ton of designs, and I'm working closely with them to build some like specific and new kind of stuff that nobody really can find anywhere else, you know. So yeah.
So pretty much these are like unique products that you're selling in a way.
Yeah, they're unique. They're like you can't for now you can't go in any store to buy them. I would like to maybe like approach wholesale and do like maybe start doing this. I think it would be like great for the brand. And like for example, my friend, some guy I know, he has like tattoo shops in Toronto. So maybe I could like partner up with him and put the shoes in his shop and something. But that's we did not do it yet. You know, it's a like project for the future. But for now, everything's online. Everything is. We don't have any inventory, and that's pretty much it. You know.
That's cool. How do you deal with like Chinese New Year? Did you have to like scale down a little bit? Your products are quite custom, right? Like so, factory needs to be open in order for the manufacturer, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's kind of an issue for the like Chinese New Year, but you know it's part of the game, I guess, and we do our best. We're not gonna stop taking orders, and like we just scale down, and then we're gonna scale away to 1-2 weeks, and then scale up again. But one thing that I've learned, you know, is like before we used to say like 2-3 weeks shipping time and something like this, but just set up expectation and for the customers to be aware that like if it's gonna take like the best case scenario example like 18 days, well, don't tell everyone, and some of them will receive their order in 32 days, especially with COVID now. Shipping is longer than usual. Like just be honest with them and like put it on your product page, and people, if they're not happy, they're not gonna buy it. But then you don't need to sell to someone who had the expectation of receiving the product in 2 weeks, but now after 3 weeks he's unhappy and he's like yelling at you, because you can have like 1,000 happy or 4 or 5 out of 5 happy, and like those 2 unhappy, like 0 happy out of 5, they're making more noise than the 1,000 people who are happy, you know. Just so set expectation for them. We send email, we post it on our pages like sorry, we're gonna be like late for February, and then people are like they're expecting the order to be delayed, and pretty much so far so good, you know. Like people are ready to wait. You just need to tell them and be nice with them, I think, you know.
That's awesome. And then your feedback scores are pretty good, I remember, right? Like 4+.
Yeah, like 4.7, I think, or something.
That's crazy, man. I've seen it for the first time. I was like, wow, you're doing something right.
What I did last year, I focused on building a customer support team really, and I've been like working hard with them. I never like this was challenging pretty much, and I didn't even know how the CS work. And when COVID hit in March 2020, like many of our CS agents just left us because it was too much of a nightmare to deal with all the customers, and I like took over like the 2 best guys, and they stayed with me. One wanted to leave. He's now the manager of like a 11-person team, and like I really took the time to restructure the CS and to be there with them and to answer emails. And like doing this was a bit like game changing for me, I would say, like to understand like what's happening and to set proper expectation for the customer, and customers like that. If you say it's gonna be shipped out in 10 days, well, day 11 there's gonna be an email at your VD account. You know what I mean? So I learned a lot from it. Now CS is doing great. It's like it's running 24/7. We have like 3 shifts. Every comment on the post are answered. Pardon me?
Is that like in Philippines or in somewhere else?
Yeah, Philippines, in Philippines. But yeah, we have like a great team now. Everybody's happy, I think, to work. We're like small family, I would say, maybe.
You train them personally, basically, right? Like in terms of the support.
Pardon me?
Is that like you train them personally, right? Like all of these people, and you still supervise them, or like they're already kind of like self-functioning?
But I think it's okay. Now I'm not gonna micromanage everything, but I'm still in touch with like my three key players, I would say, and then they can I speak with them and they can speak with the others now or something like this. But yeah, like now I want to take my time to focus on like selling and achieving eight figures this year, you know. So I'm not gonna be spending a lot of time with CS, but like pretty much I took the process or the structure that was in place, and like every aspect is better now, and now it's pretty much like it's 5-star CS, and the processes are done, and I made like videos, and it was a nice good experience for me also to like build a system for people to use. It was quite a like the first time I was doing this. So now I'm looking forward to like build system for like every aspect of the business, and people like try to make them work together. I think is good. Like if everyone's focused on his small thing, well, it sucks for him. I think at the end of the year, you know, it's cool to have like interaction, sharing ideas and stuff like this. So I'm trying to like build this for 2021 really.
That's awesome. And so how long it took you to kind of like build that like customer success team, customer like the support?
But about like 6 months, because like we had two agents and we needed like 8 or 9, you know. So I needed to hire people, train new people, and also there was the shipping was so slow because of COVID. So it was like a black swan kind of event, you know. Like if shipping would be like as 3 to 4 weeks as normal, then it wouldn't have like taking 6 months or some less time, I think, you know. But since we were like in a kind of crisis, it took longer than it would have if everything was back to normal, you know. But it's still good. People enjoy, I think, the like overall customer experience, and we need to find a way maybe to make shipping faster, you know, now, and we're working on things to improve the customer like experience really.
That's awesome. So when you started so your business basically you've been selling the t-shirts, right? At what point you decided to just switch the model and just start selling these particular products like with this POD model?
When my brother had a friend from that he met in a e-com event when he was selling on Teespring, and he started his own like POD app. So we had like access to other products, and we started working with him, and we became like his like top seller. And then what happened is like my brother said he spent like 2 years in China straight, and he went to partner. He built it pretty much his own product, you know, and he spent like two years in China to make his own product and stop dealing with someone that we're gonna need to like. We depend on this guy, and we depended too much on the guy at this point. So we basically like took the initiative to go by ourselves and to create our own stuff, you know.
Like 2 years it took you to just like start to kind of like refine the process for selling the product that you're selling now?
But I actually for the like first product it didn't like take 2 years, but since we have like plenty, he developed that. My brother who's my partner spent time in China, so to make all the process with all the different like products that he wanted to do, it took some time for sure, you know. But he didn't like spend 2 years straight, you know. Back then we were living in Thailand for like 4 years, and so he like went from Canada to China to Thailand to you know, he was like back and forth China for like 2 years, you know.
And now you live in Canada?
Yeah, I'm back in my like hometown. I think I'm enough. I traveled, I had some good time in Thailand. Now I want to be like settled down, maybe buy a house and, like build a business and just grow the business. And it's good to like have other personal experience and to like see something else than what you're used to. But at one point, like home is still home, sweet home, and
Mhm.
it's good to be home and speak your language and see your friends and stuff like this.
And you're close to the to Shopify headquarters somewhere, right?
It's in Toronto,
Ah,
Toronto, and I'm near Montreal, like 40
oh,
minute drive from Montreal, and it's about like a 6 hour drive to go in the Shopify headquarters.
awesome. And so you guys have seen the results. Your repeat purchase rate is like 13%, right? Which is, I mean, it's not like ideal. I mean, it could be like 20, 25%, but still it's a lot higher than you typically would see, with drop shipping, like sending products from China. Is that like quality product? Like what do you think that makes, the repeat purchase ratio higher than, most people?
I think first of all, it's gonna be higher, and with our products, it can be like a lot higher. But I think that last year we grew so fast in like August, and we like in the last 6 months of 2020. Then
Mhm.
like maybe people don't really like need to buy right away, but now we're improving. And like I said last year, I couldn't really focus on I didn't really have much time to focus like on retention and stuff like this, but still it's good for me to see people. I'm not doing much. I'm not like focusing on like blasting our customers with email, and they still gonna Google like our shop name to come and buy the shoes again.
That's awesome.
So this is great, but I think yeah, pretty much like what we give is like you can't really find this kind of like
Mhm.
footwear anywhere else right now. So we kind of have like this advantage. I think that first of all the designs are unique. Second of all, like try to find some like quality shoes with thousands of designs. Well, it's gonna be hard for you to find them.
Mhm. How is it like in terms of like new product development? How many products do you typically like test on the monthly basis? How many new designs?
It depends on the month, but maybe we create like more than 100 new designs every month, and then we can the sometimes I don't think they're worth testing it. Sometimes I say, oh, this one is sick, I'm gonna like test it. So I don't test every one, but what I can do is like create like some specific collection, and I can advertise, for example, A, but the new design B will be in like the same collection, so people will still see B. You get my what I want to say. So maybe we test, I don't know, depending 5 to 20 or something like this.
Five,
But
5 to 20?
yeah, maybe new designs but I test like at least I would say 20 to 30 like new creative a week.
Nice, very nice. So how do you source the creative?
In the house, I built them with my team, and really we test all kind of stuff and try to make like new cool templates and to like pretty much be creative. I like to use unicorn ads to see like what other brands are doing, but I don't always look at my niche. I like to take example from other niche, other website. Okay, this guy is doing good. This is creative is nice. How can I make like a version of this for my brand? And I like to take ideas from others, but not necessarily copy them like 100%. Like
Mhm.
take ideas, tweak them, and then make them fit for my brand, my products.
And so do you like, so when you test the product, do you look at the data? Like, so do you apply that same logical approach? Because you said that some of the decisions you still make based on guts, right? Like this shit will work, right? Do you still like do all of the decisions like this? Like, or how do you make decisions like in say of the design? Like you test it, right? You spend some money, you have specific benchmark for testing the design. Like, how do you do that?
First of all, I like to think like what I think, I'm not like a fashion guy, so I'm not spending my time on Instagram. I have friend who does. I'm wearing like some plain hoodies and like no name hoodies. So pretty much my like what people like, right? What's trendy like now? You know what? For example, like I don't know, flashy colors are trendy now or something. They're like in like I don't know which year, 70s, 80s, they were like trendy going out with like fluo green shoes, but now you see Nike doing some. Everybody's running who's like running. They have like fluo shits now, you know. So
Mhm.
kind of a trend that's going like coming back. So I'm gonna like take advantage of this and create like some some designs with not plain fluo green stuff, but like for example, I don't know, like you like animals, well,
Mhm.
the fluo green wolf, you know, or something like this, you know, and then
Mhm. I
and
see.
then I try to like combine stuff like this, but pretty much it's based on what I think people will like, you know.
Do you do this like by yourself, like all of these sketches, the designs in Photoshop?
No. I don't know how Photoshop works, you know, but I have a
Ah,
good eye, you know. Like this is one of the things I learned about myself, you know.
uh-huh.
Like before, I sucked at drawing or stuff like this, but now I can have like good creative ideas for like ads, maybe videos or designs and stuff like this. I come up with good ideas, you know. So, but
Mhm.
I can't do them for myself. So what I do is like I'm gonna find ideas. I'm gonna talk with my guys, and they're gonna do some cool stuff, and we're gonna like test them out. And maybe there's I split them by niche maybe, and then I'm gonna test many of them. But I'm gonna always focus on what's like doing best with Facebook at the moment. You know what I mean? So for example, this kind of stuff is working well, and I'm not gonna like bother say, oh, I just want to sell this one, you know. I'm just gonna go, okay, I'm gonna focus on what's working and at the moment and
How
try
much
to
how much would you spend like on testing one design? How much in dollars?
not much, $100, 50, 100,
Okay.
and so I go with like pretty much I cut really quickly with my ad set. My I don't like do like your Facebook rep will tell you to do to let
Oh
it
yeah.
run for 3 days, I think. So basically, my good ad set they have like $5 add to cart, $15 initiate checkout,
Yeah,
and
like I found this fucking it's I found this to be the same with all of the like good advertisers. Like all of the good advertisers, they just fucking know their KPIs, right? Like they know like how much add to cart should be, right? Like the initiate checkout, cost per purchase, right? Cost per click, click through rate. They know the benchmark. So I
yeah,
found
really this if it can help people out, really like don't listen to the Facebook rep or anything people can tell you. Just know your numbers for each product, each margin you have, and then like quick and like if you think about it, what do you want to do? You want to have three ad set that spend $50 a day that will spend $450 in 3 days and then shut it down when you see they're not good, or take this three $450 a day and start like for example 50 ad set.
Mhm.
There's like 45 of them or maybe 40 of them, they won't spend much, and then you have like 10 that meets your good metrics that will like maybe be winners at one point, you know. So
Mhm.
up like so this would be like something that I think everyone should do this really, and it's kind of easy. Just set your rules for it, and then
Yeah, and by the way, guys, if you want, we have some like basically KPI cheat sheets and stuff. If you can just comment like KPI in the comments, then we'll share it with you, so to help you to think more clearly. I had this conversation with like Nate, one of our clients as well. He last month he's done like $600,000, and he started e-commerce. Like he would just advertise, and he would just like I'll just leave this on. I'll just leave this on. So I like this app. I'll probably give it one more day. And he lost like $50,000, with that approach. And then like he started to be like more like data driven. And yeah, he scaled his business like $600,000 this month, like last month in January.
Yeah, that's sick, but really like focus on what's working and don't ask yourself too many questions about like, oh, why this works, why this isn't working. Do the test for yourself, okay? Take the exact same like ads and exact same targeting and launch it in two different accounts. And then you're gonna see like one campaign is doing like so good and the other one is doing good in the other account. So don't try to like understand why it's like this. This is the things we don't understand about Facebook, and don't try to call Mark for him to explain all this stuff to you, because he's not gonna be able to explain it anyway. So basically just take what works for you and then like scale it the most you can, and scale it aggressively, and pretty much rinse and repeat every week, test, and pretty much that's what I'm focusing on.
Awesome, man. So in terms of the like team like hiring process, so you mentioned that for example, one of the units on your team, the customer support, customer success, you've refined that part of the team like very well. So what like advice would you give people when they hire, when they build their teams? Like what would be your main pieces of advice?
Make a call with them, ask them questions about like, don't ask them questions about CS. Like if you hire them to be a CS agent, don't ask him question about CS. Ask him a questions about like other things that you want to see what kind of person he is, You don't want to know his CS skills. You want to know what kind of person is this, And then maybe like if he can be a friend of someone in your team, well, this could be great. But mainly when hiring, I like to pretty much give the chance. Okay, give the chance. Do my best to explain, and then try him out. And if he's not doing the job, well, hire fast, fire faster.
That's a very good point. So, and I found that the same to be, in our hiring process, like people that have like good values generally, like in life, with their family, with their colleagues in previous, we would always call the previous employers, and I would ask like how was this person, and they would say like, they might say, that was like very good performance, but it was like he was treating other colleagues badly, right? So that's such a good point, man. That's such a good point. That's good that you raised it.
And you want people who care,
Yeah, really. And I don't ask them to be like care as much as I do, like to be a complete degenerate and work 15 hours a day, but at least if they do what they need to do and care about it, and when you see like small things like he could take an extra 5 minutes to do it, but he didn't do it, and you realize, just tell them, and don't tell them a nice way, but tell them like, hey, here we do this way, and everyone should do it like that way. And if you see someone else not doing this like we should do, like you report to me, or you like tell him how to do, or like, I don't really like to do this, but still like we have a CS group, like, hey, right, like, hey, a name, like we should do this like this, just to put him on the spot. And people will, I don't think they like to be like on the spot, and they're not gonna do it again, and at one point, if like people, and at one point I think to be patient, but a bit patient. But if you see like the guy, if you tell the like 3 times the same thing and he's not doing it well, don't try to waste like your time with this guy. And there's plenty of people who's gonna like be willing to work for you, and to give you like a better, like just to do better work for your business.
That's very good. They're very good advice. One of the things we covered just before we jumped on this call, right? We covered that. So you talked about yourself particularly because you're good with numbers, like naturally, right? But then you said that you should dedicate some time for developing the parts of yourself that you're not as good at.
Yeah, really. I think everybody's like, okay, like not born, but everybody has like a superpower. He's good at this, he's good
Yeah.
at this. But like for you, it's easy to be good with this, you know, like with poker, for example, it was easy for me. Like like I understood things that people just didn't understand, or like took 10 minutes to understand. It took me 5 seconds, you know. So obviously I have
Mhm.
an edge on them, you know. But now like my goal is not like competing with others, it's like competing with myself, and be like better, a better version of myself. And you know, to reach this goal, I need to focus on what I suck at, what I'm not good at, what I'm like mediocre or not like medium at. And then like, because like I'm good with numbers, I can go in like 3 accounts manager and pretty fast, and I can, okay, everything's good then. Well, I can use this extra time to focus on the things that I'm not good at, or to focus on the things that like we
Mhm.
should, I think we should do, make a plan for this guy or something like this, you know. And I think this is an important like aspect that we like to lie to ourselves a bit, like, oh,
Some people say like, hey, I'm not good with like spreadsheets, I'm not good with, like with computers, like I'm not good with like creative, but it's like, if you decided to run a business, right, then at the beginning, until you have the resources to hire, like great people, like in certain areas, you have to wear many hats, right? Like you have to know like everything about your business, right?
yeah, exactly. Especially when you're starting, pretty much you're gonna be, you need to do like pretty much most
And
of the
even
things
I'm
for.
interrupting. I'm interrupting people all the time, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead. You know, we're having talk. It's cool to be talking with you, and it's go
Yeah.
ahead, Alex.
So, you know, it's kind of like, even you have, let's say you have the resources and financial resources like to hire someone like very qualified, you still have to give them direction, right? And understand what they're doing, If
Yeah,
if if you don't understand what they're doing, I mean, they'll tell you, whatever. It's like, I see some people who like just starting business, like, hey, we're looking for for advertising agency, to advertise. Some advertising agencies are good, right? But like most of them are like bad, unless you have very good product, and you know what I mean? Like it just so many variables, right? That if you don't understand those, it can be like, frustrating experience. So
yeah. You obviously, like you said, you need to wear many hats, and you need to be aware of like pretty much all the processes. And you know, it's really easy. That's the point. Like to say, like, oh, I'm not good with this. You know, it's really easy. It's the, oh, I'm not gonna work on this because I'm not good with this.
mhm.
Well, you found like a super good reason not to work on this. The easiest reason, oh, I'm not good, I'm not gonna do it. But if you take the reverse like approach, oh, I'm not good on this, well, I need to work on this and work on me being better at doing this. And then it's kind of, and if you can find a way to have fun doing this, well, now you're gonna like, it's not, it's like a it's like a battle between you and yourself, and you can just like have fun being better at something you don't really like to do, but it's like kind of a personal challenge to take the time and to do it, you know.
For sure. And it changes your like self-esteem too, because if you prove to yourself that you've done something that you saw that you couldn't do, right, then it's just, fuck, maybe I could do like even more, or maybe I can do like even some other things as well that I thought I couldn't do. So I think it just like changes, there's a paradigm shift that's happening. Yeah, it's definitely,
The
man.
mindset is really important, really, I think. And if you take this approach to things you're not good at, the new things, and then it's like, it's another like, oh, another small project. Okay, I don't know this, I need to be better at this, and learn it. And then you spend time learning, you try error, and then you figure it out. And then you can ask, a good thing would be to have someone who can give you advice. But don't forget that even if someone's better than you and he's super good at it, well, he's not gonna do it for yourself, you know. So you're gonna need to do it for yourself. So basically, and then at one point you get it done, and then you're like, what's next, you know? So it's not like they say like the journey is the reward. Well, if you can have fun, like, and have like as have fun to work on things that you're not good at, and take them as a challenge, and then like the compound effect on you doing this for like 5 years straight, well, it's gonna be huge, you know, for you and your business for sure, you know.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Thanks for jumping on this call. Thanks for sharing a lot of great insights. I took some notes, man. I'm looking forward to helping you to get to like late eight figure. We have another interview. So that just like we already can pre-schedule that. And yeah, man, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, and talk soon. And really, it was great to chat with you. I never really did this kind of interview,
I
but it
know,
was
man.
good to
For
do
you, it's
it.
also like, right? Like, oh, fuck, I can do this now, right?
So
All right,
so
then.
yeah, I'm a bit of like the shy guy, or I'm not shy, but
And
I'm a bit reserved, you know.
I would show you my first video. They were so fucking embarrassing. Like, but I mean, if I wouldn't do those, I wouldn't like, have more videos. And then as you do something for some time, you probably get better at it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, man, thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you, Alex. Take care, and talk soon.
Talk soon. Thank you everyone for watching, and yeah, see you next video.